Welcome to my channel, everyone. Today we're going to take some flowers and set them in resin in this vase. I'm going to start by filling that vase with some rocks, some river rocks, some flowers, some sand, some seashells, and the whole 9 yards. So let's get started with some sand. And I'm just going to pour the sand in the vase, and I only want maybe about a little over 1/4 of an inch of sand in the bottom, just to set the rocks. Not necessary to do, however, I think it gives a nice aesthetic look to it. So I'm just going to shake this sand around a little bit, try to get it into the bottom. It's a very fine sand and it has a little bit of a dust to it, so I'm going to have to wipe the sides down here when I'm done. You just want to move this around a little bit, making sure I'm covering the bottom. I'll do my best to provide some good camera angles for you, but this is a little bit of a challenge given the size of the flowers in the vase. It's a pretty big vase, actually. I just want to make sure that I've got enough in the bottom. I'll be setting the river rocks on top of this, followed by some shells, and then we'll put the flowers in. So there's a couple little steps we have to do in between. It's probably one of the easiest projects you can ever do. It's not difficult at all. It requires patience more than anything. I think that should be okay. And we'll go ahead and we'll wipe the inside of this out a little bit, just to make sure I get all the dust out. I did wipe this down with alcohol before getting started, to make sure it was nice and clean. I'm just going to take these rocks and line the bottom of the vase with these rocks. I won't torture you and make you watch me do this. I'll fast forward here. Okay, we have the rocks in the bottom. You can see there's about maybe a little over 1/4 of an inch of sand in the bottom there. You need to make sure that the flowers are going to fit in here, so I put them together in advance. Let me get this out of the way here. And we'll see what they look like. So here they are. I placed them in the vase. Don't have the resin in here yet. And I really want to have a different look as you're turning this. One look may be a little bit more springish and the other one may be a little bit more geared towards the fall. So this would be a little bit more springish here as we're moving into the purple and the big old white sunflower here. So I think those are pretty good. And let's go ahead and add the seashells now. So I'm going to just remove these. And again, I'll try to be kind with the camera and not make you too sick here. And we'll go ahead and put these shells in. Many of these shells have come right out of the Gulf of Mexico at Barefoot Beach in Bonita Springs, Florida. Okay, the shells are in. Today I'm going to be using the Deep Pour Resin by Nick Pro. It's 2-to-1 ratio. And we'll be filling the vase with the resin. I made about 12 ounces. Again, it's a very big vase. And it would have helped if I would have shown you before I poured it in there, but I forgot to turn my camera on. So I mixed 12 ounces of resin and poured it into the vase very carefully to minimize the bubbles. And I've got one renegade starfish here. I need to get this guy to stand up here. And I did a good job. I was very careful in not getting resin all over the sides of the vase. Usually I spill resin everywhere. I'm just going to hit that lightly with my heat gun. Pop a couple bubbles. There will be quite a few bubbles because the resin's going to seep down into the sand. So there will be bubbles that will be popping up through the sand. All right. Now we're ready to put the flowers in the vase. I think they turned out pretty good arrangement. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna set them right into the rocks and the resin. And I'm going to push down a little bit on them so that they do settle down into the rocks. Again, because this is more than 1 inch of resin, I had to use the Nick Pro Deep Pour Resin. Love, love, love these flowers. Well, the next step will be to make sure that they don't move and they stay centered in the vase. And usually when you push them down enough, I trim the bottoms, and when you push them down enough into the rocks, they usually don't move, but you may need to brace them. You can put a piece of tape across the bottom of where the flowers are sitting in the vase. You can lean them up against a wall, whatever you choose to do. I think that turned out very nicely. So we'll come back in a few hours. This usually takes about 20 to 24 hours to set, but we'll come back and take a peek. And here we are. Lovely. Another view. And our final view. There's our kind of spring getting ready to move into summer. Rocks. And the resin. All in all, I think this turned out amazing, super easy to do. So thanks for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this quick tutorial. Get out there and give this a try. It's a lot of fun. Just be patient. Make sure you mix the resin well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. I always appreciate those, and I also love your feedback. So I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you again very soon. Be safe, guys.